first official on-ice session in the books today. What were some of your thoughts on what we saw from some of the new guys, especially Chris Tanev and Jacob Markstrom?
I thought everybody gave a good accounting for themselves today. We're real pleased with the ice session. Cammy, we thought it was, just the level of compete was high. We gave them a challenging practice. They competed extremely well, inside the practice in terms of what they needed to do. So we really like our first day. We thought we got a lot accomplished, and everybody gave a good accounting of themselves. So we're looking forward to tomorrow now.
And if I could just get a quick follow-up to that, yesterday Gio talked a lot about building towards something. How do you see yourself kind of pacing out this camp since it's so short? How do you want to see things build?
Well, it's going to be, we're going to do an awful lot of review in terms of the structure of our game. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we really establish our level of work and our level of compete. And then make sure that all the guys are on the same page by the end of camp. So when we go into Winnipeg for game number 1, there's no gray areas for us, and we're ready to go. So we felt today, there was a lot of emphasis on D-zone coverage today, obviously, as you guys saw. We did a good job with it. I thought the guys did a really good job in terms of their communication, in terms of their body position, their sticks, their compete levels. So, the things that we needed to get in today, we got in. Now we just have to keep checking those boxes daily as the theme of our practice changes and the topics that we cover change. But if we can be at that point, at the end of the time here, going to Winnipeg, then we'll be in good shape.
Hey, Geoff, just I know you warned us that the lines are going to change with regularity. That's understandable. Just can you take us through a little bit of the mentality but behind some of the notables like Simone playing with Johnny Gaudreau and Sean Monahan, and perhaps where you put Levo?
Yeah, we feel fairly comfortable with the people that we have in terms of where they fit with each other within our lineup. But I think it's important that we give some of our new players an opportunity to play in different positions, so we understand what may work for them and what may not work for them. So that come first opening night, we're going to put 4 strong lines on the ice, guys who have a little bit of chemistry together, guys seem to play the game naturally together. And so that's really the thought process behind what you're going to see over the next week or so.
Hi, Geoff. I apologize. Yeah. It is somewhat similar to Eric's question, and I'll kind of preface it the same. We know that these are going to change quite a bit, but I am curious specifically on the decision to, at least for now, have Tanev and Mark Giordano starting off together, especially because Tanev kind of got the reputation as the dad in Vancouver playing with their young players and Quinn Hughes. So I'm just curious about putting, a veteran and a veteran together to start.
To be honest with you, what it did today was it gave us an opportunity to practice our special teams more than anything else. That's why those 2 guys were together today. So you're going to see them probably kill penalties together. We wanted to make sure they were on the same ice at the same point in time so that we could have easy transition into our special teams. We don't have any issues with those 2 guys playing together at any point in time. And then today, the rest of our pairs were just guys that we've had together before. Noah Hannafin and Rasmus Anderson, played together. So we wanted to give some guys some opportunity to play with some guys today that they have some comfort level with. And at the same point in time, we wanted to plug our new guys into some areas where we could sort of start to gather some information on, what may be a good fit for them or what might not be a good fit for them. So, we understand exactly what Chris's role in Vancouver was and how he played there. Probably by the end of camp, you see him with some younger guys. But today we really wanted to have Gio and him together just so that when we did the bulk of our penalty killing, they could be together.
Hey, Geoff, I know you spoke yesterday about kind of the importance of respecting the history of guys who've been through the organization, and Jacob Markstrom was talking about reaching out to Joe Nieuwendyk about wearing number 25. Can I just ask what you've kind of learned about Markstrom as a person since you've got to know him here in Calgary?
Yeah, great person. Outgoing. He's interested. He's interested in you as a guy, just not as a player. I think he's going to establish a relationship with everybody in our room really, really quickly. Genuinely cares in terms of what you're saying, is easy in conversation with any topic that you bring up, laughs easily, has a good sense of humor. So that's sort of him as the man, as the player. He's got a extremely high compete level. He's got an extremely high work ethic. And we've seen that from day one that he's been here. So, he's fit seamlessly into our room because of those things. And, what you're going to get from him every day in terms of what he brings to the rink. And he's a real positive culture guy. And I think that's the bottom line. When you have a lot of really good culture guys, you set yourself up to be successful.
Hey, Geoff, I guess this is sort of a technical question. What went into the composition of the two practice groups? And do you anticipate having any sort of movement between those two groups as training camp moves along?
Yeah, we will have some movement. I don't anticipate any movement between the two teams for probably the first 3 or 4 days. But you may see some different combinations within the teams themselves. So we've set it up that way for a variety of different reasons. We've set it up that way to find out more about our new people. We've set it up that way so that it's easy for us to transition into some special teams work. There's a lot of reasons why the two teams have been put together the way that they have been. And then we'll, after the first game, we'll make some adjustments, and you may see something different after that.
Yes, good afternoon, Geoff. There's two players that are coming back from long-term extended injuries, Juuso Valimaki and Josh Levo. Just your sense of them in a first full-tempo workout that they have had in quite a while.
Yeah, I thought both guys handled it well. Juuso, he's, with the games that he played in the Finnish league, I think we knew coming back that he was 100% healed. And the biggest thing for us with respect to him was that he as a player was feeling confident in the injury itself and the fact that he was rehabilitated. So I think until you get on the ice with with a situation like a knee and you really are able to lean into it and have some contact, have to rely on it. As soon as you test that strength, the stability in the joint's solid. The strength is that, I think it's a big load in terms of your mental makeup. It's a big load off your shoulders. And so coming in, that's probably the biggest benefit, for him playing. He got some reps in, he got some game action in. So coming in, he was a confident player, and he showed that since he's been here. I thought Josh Levo was great today. There doesn't seem to be any sort of leftover or hangover from the injury, I guess, for lack of a better term with it. And again, he seems confident in the fact that his knee's fine, and that's the most important thing. He wasn't pulling up on any pucks. He was, he was working hard. He was skating. He was leaning into it for the whole practice. So I think we feel pretty confident that both injuries are 100% healed, and both guys are feeling good about the fact that the injuries are recovered, and both guys are in a good frame of mind in terms of moving forward here.
Hey, Geoff, just, we're going to talk to Johnny here in a second. And, a lot of people have talked about how he has to have a bounce back season after last season. I'm not sure if that's the right terminology, but I wanted to hear from you how you feel he needs to respond to the season he had last year.
Well, probably the biggest thing is learn from it and then put it in the rearview mirror. I think those are the most important things. And we're just worried about training camp right now, but he came in and he was flying when he got here. He was smiling when he got to the rink. And I think he was excellent today. You can see that it looks like he's playing with a way looser body posture. I don't think there's any hangover in terms of worried about anything from last season. He looks refreshed. He looks ready to go, and that's a good thing for us. So I think his body language is right. I think what he's doing on the ice today, I thought he was really dynamic. I thought he made some great plays with the puck, scored some goals. So I think he's in a really good place right now, and we're going to take it a day at a time with him. But bottom line for us is I just say learn from what you went through and put it in the rearview mirror.
Hi, Geoff. So when we talk about Johnny having to learn from last year, just in general, I mean, are you guys looking for more production just straight up from that sort of Sean Monahan and Johnny Gaudreau? Is that what we're talking about and looking for right now?
No, we just want them to be the players that they can be. and that's all we ask for any of our players. So there's no added pressure on them to reach a certain amount of points or, a certain amount of offensive productivity. We just want them to play. We want them to play to the best of their ability. And we feel if they do that, then the points will come. So we want them to be engaged. We want them to work hard. We want them to compete. We want them to bring the things to the table that they do as players. And if they do that, we feel like that's enough. So, there's been an awful lot of talk about those two guys. It may be there on the outside, but here, once they get into our dressing room, they know exactly where they fit in. They know that they're valued here. We want them to be here. We appreciate the things that they do for our team. And now it's a matter of, like I said yesterday, when you give yourself to the team, it's amazing the energy that creates and how much pressure that can take off your shoulders. And it's just a matter of going out and playing for your teammate. And I think both guys have take pride in doing that. And so we're looking forward, with the start here for those guys and everybody else in our lineup with what a new year brings.